Okay, the interns didn't show up, so here we have Timmy packing up the camp. Mr. Simpson is relaxing and waiting for Timmy to finish. I'm sure he'll come out of his tent as soon as Timmy's done with all the work. First of all, welcome to the channel and thank you for stopping by. When time permits, please consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it. Timmy fed us really well last night. Then he built a raging fire. Make sure you check out the Bearded Grump. You're going to find out that that fire was somewhat unfortunate for Greg. But for the rest of us, it was very warm. Including for Cheyanne, who was able to warm his boot on a stick. Hopefully I still have it. Okay, so now I'm on the DJI Osmo Action 1. Because when you own GoPro, you have to have another company's camera because you just can't trust the damn things. Timmy's provided breakfast, so camp is pretty much done here. Cheyenne's packed up. Timmy was packed up an hour ago, and all of my stuff is packed up. This is my new Mongar 2 tent. I wanted something larger. This is my new Nano 0 degree bag. And while I don't think it would do 0 degrees, I think it'll do freezing just fine. I had my other Nano bag, and when we were coming down to South Carolina, it was just not warm enough. I think this one's gonna be fine. It was in the 30s yesterday, and it was just great. Well, hopefully we'll be on the road soon. We are going to go to a Bigfoot museum next. Well, it's day 2, and I had to pull the tools out for a second time. Yesterday, mysterious stall, pulled the battery, post, bike was okay all day except for an error message. This morning I start the bike up to make sure it starts up, and it's rattling a lot more than I expected. So I put my foot on my header and it was loose. Turns out this bolt was about hand tight after the vibrating yesterday. I don't know, man. This bike treated me so well for well over 20,000 miles, and now I've got 2 problems in 2 days in the middle of nowhere, Georgia. I hope today is much better maintenance-wise. Previous footage with the water crossing is the first time I feel the investment in the 360 camera has really paid off. I was the sweeper, but I passed Cheyanne for the express purpose of getting this crossing. I wanted my crossing, and then I wanted to swing the camera back and grab his. It's not perfect, but it's essentially the shot I did plan to get. I felt like Jason Bennett of Moto Photo Adventures, editing the footage, and I got it just the way I wanted. What we have here is an excellent example of the near constant switchbacks on this route. For most of the riding, you're either climbing up the mountains or descending the mountains using these switchbacks. The views are amazing. I always felt immersed in the ride. Well, we just came up Bucktown Road back here, and it was a beautiful climb up into the mountain. Lots of big embedded rocks, some gravel here and there, some soft rocks, but mostly just avoiding the embedded rocks not to fuck up your wheels. Cancel. Mostly just embedded rocks that you want to avoid so you don't mess up your wheels. And this has been green. Earlier when we were riding, it was nice that you could see through the trees. Not much green on it, but here it's kind of pretty with the green as well, and yet we can still see through the trees to get a good look at the valley. Well, more having fun with the Bearded Grump and Cheyanne. I'm down to my last camera. Even my 360 camera just turned off, so I'm a terrible, unprepared YouTuber. Well, it's bright and sunny right now. It's supposed to rain before we get to Whit Road, which is where Greg wants to try to drown us. He says we're all gonna fall except him, and he's probably absolutely right. So he's looking for a quicker way while we take a break. If you're ever thinking, do I wanna ride the Mabder or do I wanna ride the Smokey Mountain 500? Absolutely pick the Smokey Mountain 500. It's just as much dirt. Their dirt is far more aggressive, and the pavement that there is in much better areas, winding through the mountains. Nothing is straight. It's just awesome. Up, our Sherpa is back. Hopefully we're going to make it to Whit Road without the rain. Now, of course, the camera is not going to show it, but most of this riding is fairly steep. You're going up the mountain or you're going down the mountain. Rarely are there any flat sections that last for more than a minute or two. While nothing here is overly technical, it does require a lot of energy to maintain this riding pace for literally hundreds of miles. There's virtually no parts of the riding here in the mountains where you're going to relax. After all, there's usually a cliff to one side waiting for you to make that mistake.
I had a slip.
You made it through all that and you fell here?
No, he hit that rock pile over here and went over there.
Oh, okay. Well, like you just came down that whole mountain to do it.
I got a slip leaf stung in a fucking eye. Yeah, he hit this stuff. I didn't have the camera on to see this tire mark. See that? He hit this stuff right here. Shot him right into the woods.
No way, man. There's a hill there. You can't put sticks down. We gotta roll it back.
You said that's the only one.
There's no place to put your kickstand on that hill. Holy shoot. Greg took us up another mountain, down the other side of it. It was all impacted giant ass rocks with gravel on top of it, and it was the most amazing day. But by the time I got off of the mountain and started thinking about making it to Whit Road, it looks like it's, what, 50 miles? 30 miles?
Probably 40, 50 miles.
40, 50 miles, too far. So we are calling it a night. Stay out of the rain. Camp is all set up. With the exception of Cheyanne, who's got a fancy tent. So he's trying to get his giant vestibule up. Yeah, that wind's blowing, it's gonna rain. So add insult to injury and all the things breaking. Today my quad lock broke and it caught the case in it. So I don't even have a case for my phone anymore, so I can't charge my phone because the 12 volt on my bike is dead. So I've got a battery or two. So the things that break keep happening. It sucks. All right, we'll see what it's like later. Hopefully we're gonna get a fire going and cook some hot dogs.
I
don't know if you can hear it, but it is absolutely raining.
They said they had one.
I'll sit right here.
We're sitting here under what Greg has dubbed the Timmy tarp because Doc 650 not only didn't show up, but he didn't send his tarp for us to use. So Timmy had to improvise, and so far it's working great. Bikes are all packed up. And we are about to have a can of chili and some hot dogs. Well, at least it's going to be a warm dinner on a cool rainy night. All right, I set them on... Cancel. All right, I set them on fire. They didn't turn out that well, but Greg rescued them. And Timmy is criticizing our hard work. Look at these delicious cinnamon rolls. Who would not eat those? They look great, and they taste even better. Look at Greg go.
Yeah, they're good.
Look at critic.
Like I wasn't really
Frickin' chefs. Cheyanne won't eat them.
I don't eat sweets. Sorry.
He's over here making food for himself while our cinnamon rolls burn. All right, if you stuck around, we all really appreciate it. Been a great day of riding, a great day here, It never really rained on us too long, but thank God for the Timmy tarp. For when it was raining, we're still dry. Take care.